What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk about Candyman 2021. Just finished watching it. I have to say I loved it. Absolutely was not what I expected. I thought possibly it was going to be just like a money grab film, not that great, not well done, but I was pleasantly surprised with how much homage it played to the original films, to Tony Todd. This is going to be pretty much a non-spoiler review. Might be some spoilers towards the end, but I'll warn you guys. Okay, so Candyman, directed by Nia Nakasta. Screenplay, of course, by Jordan Peele, a few others. It's a joint screenplay. The original concept is based off of The Forbidden by Clive Barker and Candyman by Bernard Rose. I gotta check those out. So the film is 91 minutes. Had a budget of 25 million. In the box office, it made 66.7. I'd say that's a success. Some of the cast, and this is not a spoiler, pretty much well known. Tony Todd in some capacity was reprising his role as Candyman. Yahya Abdul-Mateen is in this film. He's pretty much the main star. Hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. Coleman Domingo's in it, fantastic actor. Good supporting cast overall. Special effects for $25 million. I thought they were well done. This film is like a prime example of like where you don't need a super inflated, super high budget to make, a good CGI film. You just have to be creative. You have to use the CGI correctly, know when to use it, and you're going to be just fine. The effects for this film, like I said, more than adequate. I had no issue with the special effects. I actually thought they were very well done. Now, as far as like the film itself, not really diving into spoilers. Is it a sequel? Is it a reboot? It's a little bit of both. I don't want to dive into too many details, get too crazy with it. I don't want to ruin it for the people who haven't seen it, but it was just, the film paid so much homage to the original movie. Like I said earlier in the review, to Tony Todd. Absolutely love that. I'm a big fan of Candyman, the first film. The sequels, they weren't really that good, but I saw them anyway just to, watch the sequels to Candyman. Like I was saying before, I thought the film, not that I doubt Jordan Peele. I actually think he made a great transition into like these type of films, and into the film industry, into horror films. But I just had a misconception of it. I thought that it was just kind of like like a money grab flick. And upon watching it, within the first like 10 minutes, I realized that it's actually well done. It's really, really well done. You could tell the creators of this new film were fans of the original Candyman and Tony Todd. I'll leave it at that. The way they kind of like splice some of the original lore with this film for the next generation was really intelligent. I really like what they did with the Candyman lore. It all kind of made sense. Now to dive into some of the spoiler realm. All right, let me just rant. First of all, the film was gory. It was just enough gore. It wasn't gratuitous and cartoony, like let's say like Kill Bill, but it definitely was a horror film, and I feel like they did a great job with showing you just enough. I mean, some scenes they showed the gore flat out. Other things they kind of insinuated, and you heard like noises, like ripping noises, tearing of flesh, gurgling, the sounds of people being gutted and murdered. And sometimes that's more disturbing than actually seeing what's happening. So mega props to them for like understanding, what makes great filmmaking, those little tricks, the mental tricks you could play in the audience. They did a great job. Another example is like the first Predator. They gave you just enough. They didn't let you see the Predator, but they let your imagination fill in the gaps. And some of the best horror films are like that, even though Predator's kind of like sci-fi horror. But yeah, definitely had gore, brutal kills. Really, really big spoiler. Somewhat of a spoiler because we all knew that Tony Todd was going to be in the film, but we don't know, via what capacity, if he was going to be you know, play like a cameo of like a regular person, like a bum on the street or something. No, that wasn't the case. Actually, at the end of the film, for you people who've seen it, you already know this. And for those of you who like stuck with the review and you want it spoiled for you, I don't know why you would, but Tony Todd makes an appearance at the end of the film as the Candyman. It was absolutely epic, crazy scene. He's standing there floating in an alley after killing a cop, and he has like all these bees on his face flying around his body. Pretty good CGI with that as well. And then there's like this reveal, the bees come off his face, and you see that it's Tony Todd de-aged, you know, to look like how he did in the first film. It was an absolutely epic scene. Gave me chills, you know, brought back memories to when I was like way younger with the first film. I felt like that was so well done. And there's a lot of questions. I mean, where do we go from here? Like, is Tony Todd going to forever reprise his role going forward? Is he going to be involved in 2 more sequels? Because the film, it made his money back and then some. So for sure, I'm going to say that there's going to be sequels. I personally think it would be so cool if Tony Todd keeps coming back in some capacity, switching between Abdul Mateen. That would be cool. I think they can make it work. Yeah, what else about the film? Like I said, like how they tied in the old lore, you know, how Candyman is not one particular person, is more of like a vengeance entity. I thought that was really cool and smart, how pretty much anybody could be Candyman. If you go through like a tragic and horrible death, if there's like this big time injustice, you could be the Candyman. Like the entity will like possess you, whatever you want to call it. I also like the tie-ins with like current themes of like police brutality, you know, killing of black people. I thought it was important messages, you know, and the way they tied it in with the story was very smart. I feel like the acting was solid, good acting for the type of film it is. I'm just gonna grade the film for what it is. Horror, reboot / sequel. I'm gonna give Candyman a B+. I liked it that much. I really liked the film. For those of you guys who haven't seen it, I recommend it, especially if you're fans of the original film and Tony Todd. For those of you guys who have seen it, let me know in the comment section, what did you think about it? Did you enjoy it? Did you think it was well done? Thanks for watching this segment, guys. If you enjoy the content and the reviews, consider hitting that subscribe button. Like and share, it helps the channel grow. Truly appreciate it, guys, and I'll catch you all on the next review. Enjoy the film.